The prophets in the beginning were musicians. They were poets, writers, and that's what we've been tasked with in this life. Shit is, it's actually kind of humbling.
So I remember moving from state prison to the federal system, and I was 3 weeks to the door. I thought I was going home. I got my bus ticket and everything, and I get a call to R&D that my Fed number had changed and I was getting shipped. And it spooked the life out of me, and what ended up happening was I left the state prison and went to the federal building that's down on Locust, and I mean, that was the most devastating experience of my life. I had 8 counts. When I first went down, I was looking at 35 years minimum. And when they talk about the statutory minimums, I mean, that stuff is real, and it devastates and changes lives. And we can't continue to do the same cycle, repeat the same situation. The systemic cycle is killing us. We got to do something about it, and that's the heart of exile, and that's the heart of Lyrik'S. You know, it's a funny thing that people often ask me how I got into spoken word. Spoken word really was just another form of me rapping. I used to own a promotional company, On Point Entertainment, and I had an artist that was under me. His name was Jeezy. I used to call him Izzle Wizzle, and he's like the product of the system. He's the reason and the catalyst to some of this change. Nobody was there to show him the way or show him the path. So I want to use my skill, you know what I mean, this gift that God has given me. I want to do something with it. It's powerful enough to draw your attention. So if I'm going to draw your attention, then I need to say something that's powerful enough to change your life. So I switched from the rap and went on ahead and started in the spoken word. And that's how I deliver my message now. I try to step outside of the box and deliver something that the average person isn't necessarily doing, but with a rough, rugged feel, more of a battle rap style, because that's really where I came from. I came from a battle rapping environment ever since knee-high. My end game is the Lyrik'S Institution. That is a cognitive-based program that masters in the creative arts. It gives students from their sophomore year in high school to their sophomore year in college an opportunity to learn fundamental skills and practices that help them in their long-term success. So what we do is we introduce real-life issues with real-life situations and real-life people, and we give them alternate tools than the ones that they grew up using. Maybe they were molested, maybe they witnessed domestic violence at the age of 13 and 14 years old. So what happens is they carry that 13 and 14-year-old solution to dealing with a problem into their adulthood. But the thing is that 14 and 13-year-old thinking and thought process, it's not conducive to the 34, 35, 40, even 50 to 60-year-old lifestyle. So what we do is we come in and address that thought process, and we give better tools and better strategies to deal with it while creating an environment for you to master your creating your skill set. I went from standing on the corner to running my own trap, to running my own team, to state prison, to federal prison, to the concrete floor, you know what I mean, where God actually kind of changed my life, and I kind of took a different direction. Started examining myself and some of the choices that I made, and that's where Exile and the Lyrik'S Institution was birthed out of.